Now we fight Omega again. Omega starts off using a basic attack, which is great. I get one rotation off before he uses level 5 death. I queue up my second set of summons and get a second rotation before he uses level 5 death. This is really good because this is about 1/4 of his health. I get a third rotation off before he uses Meteor and one extra use of Bahamut. At this point I should have done about 102,000 damage. Since he used Meteor, I should use my Sacrifice GFs to tank his impending Megiddo Flame. However, Squall's brother's GF fires off too early. I failed the boost on purpose so it would do only 75% damage. Squall gets his turn again and summons brothers again, and very luckily, just before it fires, Omega uses Megiddo Flame, which kills all 3 sacrifice summons. Unfortunately, Omega doesn't give us much reprieve. He uses Graviga straight away, doing 2,000 damage to each character. Since Selphie has a high speed, she gets another use of Bahamut off, while Squall and Zell charge Cactuar and Tonberry. Selphie is fast enough to join this rotation. By now, we have done 4 full rotations with 2 extra Bahamuts. Omega sits there and does nothing, which is great, and I get to use my 5th full rotation of summon, plus 2 Bahamuts that fired. RNG was on my side because I was getting to use 2 full rotations of summons before he acts, and that's very rare. This should be nearly 140,000 damage done in total. He uses Terra Break, which does 400 damage per hit to Zell and Squall, and 200 to Selphie, because of her auto protect status. Squall barely survives because he takes 8 out of the 16 hits. This run is looking good because he still hasn't used Light Pillar and only has about 1/4 of his health left. I set up another rotation of summons and I get really lucky, because as the summons finish, he only does a basic attack. Selphie uses another Bahamut, which should be about 173,000 damage done. I get lucky yet again and he does a normal attack. Unfortunately, he uses Ultima right afterwards, dealing about 1,000 damage to each character. I use Cactuar and this is the final nail in the coffin. His death animation plays and the challenge is over. I beat him before he even got a chance to use Light Pillar.